MSC Cruise Cast is a Triple T production. Now, the Taste Try Travel team of Beth and Chris.
Hello, Beth.
Hello, Chris.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to this week's MSC Cruise Cast with your Triple T family. What do we got going on with your glasses?
I'm going to be reading again, so I got to put my glasses on.
It's that dilemma, isn't it?
So, because there's a lot of comments on our subject this week.
On our subject this week,
which is what, Beth?
Our subject this week, we're going to talk about Yacht Club. Yacht Club, is it worth it? We get this question. We hear this question a lot. And we want to talk about it. So that's going to be the subject of this week's podcast. First, I do want to say Chris is under the weather, has a cold, but he has his coffee and he's going to power through, right?
It's not really coffee, it's water.
Are you cheating with water? Coffee doesn't taste good, does it?
No, I can't taste a whole lot, but I do have a radio voice now.
You do. It's very
Hello,
deep.
everyone. This is Dr. Johnny Fever.
Not caught on the cruise, but after we got home. So
I think I caught it at the grocery store.
Probably. Okay, so in this week, we're going to kind of talk about Yacht Club, but I want to talk about something first. Can I do a little pre
yes,
before
I
we
understand
go?
that you have a little
I have a little beef with MSC.
voucher stuck in your craw.
I do. And it's funny because a lot of times after we've gotten home from the cruise and we start just, kind of preparing our podcast and start, kind of going over things, a lot of times things come to my head about, oh man, this should have been on our 3x3 review, right? So good or bad. So sometimes I wish we do our 3x3s when we get home. I think maybe we would have a little bit more fuller view, but we choose to do them on our very last day of the cruise, and it has its own little charm to do that. It's fresh. Yes, absolutely. It's
fresh and in the moment when we do it on the cruise.
But I want to say something before we kind of get into today's subject, because I didn't want it to wait. I am not happy with MSC about this. And MSC, I hope you're listening.
What are you so unhappy about with MSC?
I think they're being a little tricky and I don't like it. So we had heard this from someone had messaged me that this had happened, and we had noticed it on the Magnifica, and we noticed it again on the seashore. So it was embarkation day. The very next day, day 2, was going to be Ocean Cay, and so we got some paperwork. We didn't get our the little daily activity anymore. That's all gone electronic. Boo-hoo. But on our bed that night, we got what clearly looks like a voucher. Like it's printed on the same paper. It has a little green stripe. So if you do a shore excursion, it's printed on this paper. It's this little white ticket with a green stripe, and it is for an umbrella on Ocean Cay. And it looks deceiving. It looks like, here is your voucher for your umbrella. And
like when we got on Magnifica, my first reaction was, who bought us an umbrella for
Exactly.
Ocean Cay? That was nice of them.
I know.
What do we do with this? Do we just take it onto the island and and then present it to somebody? How neat. I've never had an umbrella on Ocean Cay.
No.
This is going to be really nice. I have to find out who got us this umbrella and thank them. And then I read it and went, dang it.
Absolutely. I think it is sneaky of them. Now, I know it's maybe their way of trying to advertise, but if people aren't aware, they might do the same exact thing and be like, oh, well, I guess we got a umbrella, and they'll take it, they'll turn that voucher in for an umbrella, and then their room will be charged, what did it say on there? $31, which is crazy. And I think it's sneaky, and I don't know how many people have fell into the trap of, oh, cool, or wow, someone got this. And I don't like that. MSC, stop being sneaky. Stop it.
I'll tell you who's fallen for this. Every person that got it and doesn't like reading instructions like me.
If you don't read it carefully, you just look at it and you think you got an umbrella.
You're like, man, my uncle, I haven't talked to that guy in years. He's buying me an umbrella on Ocean Cay. That was so nice. Or gosh, my travel agent, that is so nice for
exactly.
or whoever.
Right.
That's what you think.
Yeah.
Or
you don't read it carefully.
Golly, MSC really values me as an inside cabin passenger.
Exactly. So anyway,
enjoys buffets. They're giving me a free umbrella.
Yeah, if you see that, just be aware. Do not turn that voucher in. It's very expensive for an umbrella, and you'll find out. We have a couple videos coming up that we'll talk about ocean. Our videos on Taste Try Travel will talk about Ocean Cay, and you may not really need that umbrella with all of the growth that's been happening on the trees and all the shade that's available free. So anyway, I just wanted to go on there.
When you look at our video that's going to be coming out in a few weeks, that maybe is a cabana tour. I'm not sure, with a complete detail of where everything is on that island.
Here's a shameless plug. Yes, if you guys are ever going to book a cabana, we give you every single cabana in the view. We took a long time to do that video. We're really excited about it. But that's all I wanted to
I was just going to say, there's some free umbrellas around the island too. So you might spot one in that video and be like, oh, I can go right there. There's a free umbrella.
Exactly. Okay, I just wanted to say that because I don't want anyone to fall for that on accident. So let's go ahead and get into the meat of today's...
You're probably wondering why I am so dressed up today.
Why are you dressed up?
Because we're going to be talking...
What?
Like how you just went with it. I'm wearing
it's your little hoodie.
I'm wearing a hoodie that you play basketball in when it's.
I know.
I
probably should have. We probably should have most people can't see what we're wearing anyway. So.
Anyway, it's because we're talking about Yacht Club.
Yacht Club.
And is it worth it? Because there are lots of questions. People don't understand really what Yacht Club is.
Yeah.
They think it's maybe just a suite, and you get treated a little bit nicer in the suite. They kind of compare it to other cruise lines. So,
well, let me just say this too, is we ran across the same exact thing before we got a chance to experience it. And so we have a really cool video, if any of you guys are interested or don't know enough about Yacht Club, that we did. And it is Beginner's Guide to Yacht Club.
Yeah.
And what's really cool is it's our most watched video. And that just answers the question
of how many
that there's so many questions.
Questions about Yacht Club.
Yeah.
So when we were like, reading through comments that we get and comments on social media, that they're just one of the main ones is Yacht Club. Hey, everybody, is it really worth it?
Yeah. Like I have a balcony booked, and should I try to upgrade to a Yacht Club inside?
One of them I read while going over this. They said, I have a regular balcony, and for $500 more, I can get upgraded to the Yacht Club. Is it worth it?
Yeah. And
oh my goodness, for $500.
And to some of us who have, I feel like there's a club, right? There's a Yacht Club. Whoa.
A Yacht Club.
There's a club of us that know what it's like. And I feel like until you've kind of experienced it, you don't know. You might read things, and there's so many people like that online, or even just dissing it almost. I would rather have my balcony than have an inside Yacht Club. And we're like, okay, you enjoy that balcony.
Yeah, okay. I would miss seeing the ocean too, but I wouldn't miss it that much for giving up the Yacht Club.
Yeah.
Well, can I just say real quick what I thought the Yacht Club was?
Yeah.
Because I might match some people that might be tuning in to see, because
Right.
it might see the title and say, is it worth it? All right, well, let's watch it.
Right.
I kind of thought it was a nice room. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, there's a butler attached to the room. What?
Well,
I don't need a butler.
Right. Well, you see that like the butler entails, right? So you already know it's going to kind of be a luxury room at least.
Yeah. Are they going to be like, sir, can I help you off with your shoes? And be like, no. Why are you in my room?
Exactly.
Or, I thought it was like that. And I thought, oh, well, we'll get a nice restaurant. Mm-hmm. And I understand that there's like a little private area.
Private pool. That was big for me.
Pool.
Yeah. That was like, ooh, that's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those things are part of it. Certainly not the experience of the butler is like that. It's not that way at all. But it's an experience. It's not a nicer room with a nicer restaurant with a nicer, quieter pool.
Right.
Those are part of it.
Right.
But the whole entire experience, from the moment you go up to the curb with your luggage.
No, it starts before that.
What do you mean?
It starts before that. It starts before you even leave home, because you get like an email sent that asks a bunch of preferences, asks what kind of pillow you want, what kind of alcohol you want, what kind of, what else was it? Newspaper. So it starts like asking these preferences before you even get there so that it can be prepared for you. But yes, you do see the main difference when you arrive. And
well, I just wanted to say, it's saying that it's an experience. Every single person that's involved in the yacht club is making sure that you have the time of your life. They're not just, yes, sir.
Exactly.
It's not just they greet you with sir, and they give you a nice cocktail when you want it, and the butler is there in case you want to, I don't know, you want breakfast on your balcony and want him to come and
bring
give
it
it
out,
to you.
right.
It's all encompassing. Everything is thought of.
It's an environment that you go into when you walk through those beautiful glass yacht club doors, and it's just comforting and relaxing. And what is there, like 3 to 4 times as many crew member to help you in the yacht club versus outside the yacht club.
Exactly.
So it's not that this, because when you go on a cruise how warm and welcoming and fun the crew is, right? So the crew in the yacht club aren't different. They're just so much more available and willing and wanting to help you.
Yeah, I was going to say, not only willing, they want to. They literally, it's so hard to explain to people this without them experiencing it.
Yeah.
They literally want whatever you want. You want whatever, a ketchup and a ramekin. That crew member that you ask, that is now what they want.
Exactly.
They want ketchup and a ramekin, and they will go out of their way to make sure that you get that.
Yeah.
Not because you are being pampered. So they are there to pamper you, but it's so much more than that. They want you to have the time of your life.
Right.
They really do. Yeah. They want you to have fun and not worry about anything while you're in the yacht club. Nothing. They don't want you to worry about anything.
There was a quote of someone who had a small like carry bag that they were like carrying on, and as soon as the butler greeted them, he demanded that he carry it, like the butler carry it, and the person was like, no. It's like, no, like the butler did not give him a choice. Like, no, from this moment on, this is your vacation. And I thought that was kind of a cool, like, this is I am just here for you. And so I think there's just so much more of that in the yacht club other than regular yacht.
Here's how in depth it gets. Excuse me. Sorry.
Take a sip of your coffee, soothe your throat.
There's your own elevators in Yacht Club.
Yep.
You get your own elevators. They go just for the Yacht Club floors. Mm-hmm. As soon as you get on board, there will be a butler that shows you how to use your elevators so that you don't have to guess on how to use the elevator.
Now, are we talking about the public elevator?
The public, and you don't need it in their elevators. You don't need it in the Yacht Club. You don't need your little card.
Yeah, exactly. So just to verify, there's an elevator just in Yacht Club,
right.
But on the outside, in all the public ones, there is an elevator, kind of mainly for you to use. That you use your
wristband.
Your wristband to get express access, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You use that, and we could never figure it out, but it then becomes a priority for for you as a Yacht Club member, that it will then take you to your floor first.
Right.
But I just want to say, as soon as you get on board, this is one of the first things they do is let's show you how to use this. So
show you how to use your benefit.
Figure it out.
Right. So
I just think that's incredible. They're just like, here you go. Don't worry about it.
Now I have to say,
you get on, and it's taken care of.
I have to say, when you get on, it's a little overwhelming. Don't you think?
What do you mean?
We were just awed by oh my God.
In a good way.
Absolutely a good way. You just snap your fingers and you're through security and checked it. You're checking in with your own little people and you're like, wow, whoa. Your brain doesn't have a chance to catch up with. And I know when we did ours, we didn't have a chance to even get a glass of champagne when we were in the terminal. It was there was champagne, there was little snacks. We're we didn't even have a chance to get that before we were trying to take it all in, and then a butler was ready to whisk all of us onto the ship. We're so you went to
how many times do you show up to a port to get on your thing, and they're doing it so fast that you can't even comprehend what's going on.
I know.
You're getting on the boat so fast you don't even know what's going on.
I almost wanted 10 minutes just to sit in that terminal and just kind of catch myself up. Right?
Exactly. You show up and then all right, you ready to get on? I'm hold on. Aren't we supposed to sit here for at least 45 minutes first?
Exactly.
No, this is boom.
Right on. Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah. Mr.
and Mrs. Johnson. Let's get on.
And one interesting thing too is they take you the back route. They kind of take you through the guest hallway to get to. Now this may vary, depending on the ship, but they have hallway? Remember they took us, instead of going out where everyone else gets on the ship and they kind of go to the public area, they kind of tucked us back, through some, through a cabin hallway, and then brought us up. But they have their little shortcuts. And one thing that, a user on Reddit had said something, and I really liked the way he just summed it up in 2 seconds. It's just Yacht Club saves time.
Absolutely.
If you have been frustrated before for a cruise and you're just trying to do something, it takes a while, right? It takes a while to get your line for dining room. It takes a while to get a drink at a bar because the ship is so busy. It takes a while to find a place around the pool. The Yacht Club area, all that disappears, and it is a time saver, and you can enjoy more of the cruise life, relaxing vacation. You get more of that in Yacht Club, right? Because they take all those barriers away that the butlers escort you get you right in. You have your own restaurant, you have your own pool. So Yacht Club is a very small section of the front of the ships. And so there'll be typically 4, 5, 6 decks kind of at the very front. So you have a much smaller space. You have much quicker to get to coffee or get to the bar or get to the pool or get to food. You're not having to walk as long way. So again, you're saving time. And I really like that kind of real quick synopsis of you want to go on vacation and you want to go on vacation, right? You want that. Anyway, I think I made my point, but I kind of like that.
Yeah. I mean, when you get on board, it's how many times have we, I'm saying it to the audience, how many times have you, but have we like gone up and then like waited at the bar for 10 minutes, 12 minutes for bartender because they're just so busy. Right. They're just busy.
Well, even like when
Yacht Club, you have your own bar, and it doesn't matter if you're at the bar or not at the bar. Wherever you are
will get a drink. Yeah,
you will get a drink. Within 2 minutes. Yeah, if you want a drink, boom, it's there.
Well, also know, like, you know, even when we just went on the seashore, I have like this list of things that I do, right? Because I'm the planner of us. So I take the time to go and make my spa reservations. I go to the restaurant reservations and I take time to make that. So all of that like hour and a half or so that I had to take at the beginning, that again is time given back to you because concierge can do that for you. Your butler can help you do that. And so I love that. I love that. If that kind of makes sense, I think that's a really great way to look at Yacht Club in like a boom, big picture way.
It really does. I like in on Ocean Cay.
Yep.
You're on there and there's your little golf cart, big golf cart, and boom, you're up there immediately.
Yeah. And you don't have to think about what you're going to do, where you're going to go. Like they just, and I know you guys have seen this if you watched our videos. That was such a cool experience where we didn't realize that Yacht Club extended, like its arms extended all the way out to Ocean Cay. And that was literally the Yacht Club. You saw the same people, you got the same service, you got whisked up to the Yacht Club area, which if you haven't seen or been, the restaurant up there is still the same restaurant, but they kind of did a really cool, and they extended the patio and they kind of have like semi-covered. It's not like completely covered, but it's kind of like semi-shade covered. And so that I think has helped or will continue to help as these bigger ships come to Ocean Cay, which is really cool.
And they've added more bathrooms.
They did.
They're working on it.
Yeah,
I think.
they're working on it.
They're building them right now. It, as you said, on Ocean Cay, it's an extension. Mm-hmm. It's just like being in the Yacht Club, except now you're on a beach.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's the exact same. It's the exact same. Whatever you want.
It's that mindset, right?
The crew member's going to take care of it.
Yep.
They don't want you to worry about a thing.
Yep, absolutely.
Not a thing. It's just so
relaxing.
It's
relaxing.
It's an unforgettable experience.
Yeah. I have another one I want to talk about. You want me to go? Or another point to make about, is it worth it?
I do too, because I came across a funny little...
You go next then.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I came across this while I was searching for Yacht Club and is it worth it questions. Mm-hmm. Well, somebody put up a review because they were answering, is it worth it? Mm-hmm. The Yacht Club. And I just want to quickly go over some points from here. So this person, and I've got their comment up on the screen, but I kind of pixelated their name. And
okay.
Because some people were not real happy with what they did.
Okay.
So I'll just go over it real quickly. We boarded on 4/7. I'll start with the good, which was overwhelmingly positive. Then I'll get into the not so good. Embarkation process was lovely. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. The room was perfect. So much space. Our butler she wrote it as Rosalind, but it's Rodolin.
Oh, was that ours?
We had the same butler. Introduced herself, and while she was rather rushed, which I didn't think she was rushed at all, but it's probably different for different.
Rodolin spent like 45 minutes with us.
I know. She was like...
But we don't know what happened that day.
Exactly. Our junior butler was Michael throughout the entire cruise. There was rarely a time we couldn't locate him. Same thing.
Yep.
The food, 10 plus out of 10.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
We had dinners in the yacht club. MDR, the staff was excellent. This goes on about, let's see. My husband decided he wanted to see why people complain about the food on MSC, because this is their only experience on MSC. So he went to the main buffet for the ship. He said the food was the exact same as what was on deck 20.
That's a big NO.
Not even close to the same food.
No.
I don't know what he thought he was seeing on deck 20.
I assume deck 20 is Yacht Club.
That's the Yacht Club buffet.
Yeah.
Not even close to the same food. The food that they had at the buffet was specialty restaurant quality on the buffet.
At the Yacht Club, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Top-notch ingredients, presented as good as you can get on a buffet.
Exactly. That's so weird to say.
I don't know. Anyway, so said that. So she said she wanted to get off at Grand Cayman, but she was in a wheelchair. And so she didn't get off at Grand Cayman. She went to the concierge. The concierge said, your wheelchair is too wide. If you get another wheelchair, we can do that, but your wheelchair is too wide. On the last day, I went to the concierge desk and inquired about getting my port fees back for that day. Whereas this gets into a whole rabbit hole, which I will just run around the edge of.
Okay.
Real quick. First, he tried gaslighting. Madam, you didn't want to exit at that port. And she said, well, I did. That was my whole purpose of going to the desk. Then he flatly refused. It's not possible for you to get your port fees back. She said, I'm a pretty passive person, so I just left. Almost immediately, I ran into the yacht club director, told her what happened. She looked shocked. Of course, we could have managed your chair in Grand Cayman. I was perplexed. He was very clear that I couldn't. No, she even wrote that if he got a different wheelchair.
Right.
She said she would check with him and get back at dinner, which she did. She advised that he never said that. It was a miscommunication. I assure you it was not. He was very clear, and I did not appreciate being called a liar or an idiot who can't understand basic information. This turned south.
Yeah.
And so she did refund the port fees. So, okay. So
I have a feeling she didn't necessarily refund the port fee. She probably just gave them a credit. What? Okay, sorry.
Exactly. I think you're onto it. So now the comments come in on her post. The unfortunate situation is how they handled your situation aside. I had no idea that you could get back your port fees if you don't leave the ship of the port. That is really a thing? I thought as long as the ship docks at the port, you pay your fee.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
And she answered, if you don't get off, you're entitled to your port fees. The cruise line only pays the port for the people who disembark.
Oh my God, that is so not true.
And somebody said, so you're saying all the times I've gone to Nassau, I found this so funny. All the times I've gone to Nassau and didn't get out the boat, I couldn't get my port fees back, or I could get my port fees back. I just thought that was funny because so many times we've gone to Nassau and not got out the boat.
Yeah.
And somebody said, this is great. What are you talking about? That's not how going to port works. From the logic of a ship would dock, ship would dock, take up space at the pier, everybody working on the ship, the pilot. And if no one got off, they wouldn't owe any fees.
Exactly. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
The port fees go to the tender operations, the port security, all the other stuff. You pay the port fee if the ship docks, not if you get off. Your request was out of hand. I also use a mobility device and would never imagine asking for port fees back because I didn't get off. You could have used another wheelchair or had your husband and your son take you off from your post. They tried to work with you and you are in the wrong here. And I have to agree with that.
Absolutely.
You complained up and down because you thought you were wronged. I don't know why. Probably because they said your wheelchair's too big.
There are some big wheelchairs that cannot. Yeah, exactly.
So that probably you got offended and then you complained, and I'm telling you, in the yacht club, they are trying to make you as happy as possible. And when you said, I want my port fees back since I didn't use the port, the yacht club director went, just give her the $65.
Exactly. Just give her the credit.
You didn't get your port fees back.
No, absolutely not. No.
And I just wanted to say real quick to back that up. Here, this is from Cruise Critic. This is Bruce Muzz is the user, but he's a ship captain.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he's from Princess. He doesn't ever say. I've seen his stuff before. He doesn't ever say he's from Princess. He doesn't say what he's from.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure if you kind of read some of his stuff, he's from Princess. But he says, everyone, including the cruise lines, is confused by the... So anyway, let me say real quick before I get into that.
Okay.
So there was like a whole community of people like, you can get your port fees back.
Oh, jeez.
You can get your port fees. If you don't get off, just go get your port fees back. You're not getting your port fees back.
No, absolutely not.
That's like that one person said, that's not how that works.
No, no, it's not.
If you choose not to get off, you don't get refunded.
Correct.
You're more money.
Correct.
Because you didn't get off. Everyone, including the cruise lines, confused by port charges and taxes. They are extremely complicated, differ greatly from port to port and country to country, and are consistently changing. There are many different port taxes and fees charged to cruise ship. Many, but certainly not all, ports charge a fixed dollar amount for each paying passenger on board the ship. Mm-hmm. Some ports, not all, charge fixed wharfage and head taxes based on the size of the ship rather than the number of paying passengers on board. There's a cruise line that has to calculate. Then the cruise line has to calculate the port taxes by dividing the overall port charges by number of paying passengers actually on board and the ship on the day of that particular port visit. If your cruise is very full, you may pay lower taxes and fees than if it was not so full. I think there was one other thing. Many ports charge by the hour or by the segment of hours. If a ship stays longer at a pier, it is charged more money. Those charges are passed on to the customers. In some countries, a ship pays higher or lower taxes and fees depending on which country the cruise originated in.
Yeah.
It's not just if you get on and off the port.
No, absolutely not. No.
That person literally just complained their way to, I'm going to make this person happy because I don't want unhappy people in the yacht club. Yeah. And you got your $65.
Yeah.
There was no way that was coming out of the port
absolutely not.
Tax section of their little line for that day at that port.
No.
But let me just say real quick, you can't get your port fees and taxes.
Don't try that.
I mean, if you're in the yacht club and want to be a jerk and complain, you might get some money back because they really don't want you to.
They have the ability, of course, to credit your account whatever amount, but it has nothing to do with
I'm telling
port
you,
tax you paid. Yeah.
If you decide you're going to Cozumel and you're like, you know what, it's really hot today, I'm not going to get off. Let's stop by guest services and get our port fees back. You're not getting them back.
I've literally never heard of that before.
I know.
This is the first time you reading that I've ever, the audacity of someone to say that blows my mind.
It's a pre-charge, they're just doing you a favor. You would just have to carry the money and hand it to the agent on the port or something.
Exactly.
Here's my money for getting off the boat.
Exactly.
Not how it works.
It is true. It's a very complicated thing. That's crazy.
So much is, it has nothing. It might be calculated because you're a passenger on the ship, but that's not how it's charged. And that's not where the money goes to and stuff like that. I just thought that was fascinating that one little one little comment could spark so much people like, I'm getting my port fees back now.
Oh my God.
No, you're not.
That's crazy. I do want to, can I say kind of like a little tangent off of that?
Sure.
You're talking about? This is very recent. But if you notice, all of the cruise lines now, their published price is the kind of like the, including the port and tax, which it typically didn't before. Did you know that happened? I know you don't necessarily look at cruise prices.
No,
but
I saw that somebody did it, but I didn't realize that.
I didn't realize either, but
it was like standard industry wide now. So.
Well, it actually started in California. So California Senate Bill 478, also known as the Honest Pricing Law or Hidden Fees Statute, is basically a new law. It kind of started in California, but pretty much every cruise line has adopted it, even though they don't all stop in California. But the law says that if there is a mandatory fee, it has to be lumped in that price. So you're going to start seeing everything change now, which I thought was interesting. MSC jumped on very quickly, even though they don't stop in California. Isn't that funny? So when you're like looking at prices, or your travel agent gives you prices, it's going to be inclusive of that port fee that you can't take off. That is so bizarre.
Sorry, you wanted to get to one. I knew that was kind of like a little tangent, but I just thought it was somebody was reviewing Yacht Club and saying what it's for, and then all of a sudden it turned into a forum about getting your port fees back if you don't want to get off at the port, and how that's a thing, and people are now going to start doing it. And
they would owe us so much money because of all the times we haven't gotten off at certain ports. I'm just kidding. It's not a thing.
I can only imagine the guest service person at the desk being like, "No, I'm sorry, we can't refund those. Those are charged by the port, and it's for the whole ship. It's not divided down into." And then as the person walks away, they walk around to the back and be like, what was that person talking about?
Exactly.
With their port fees back?
No, I kind of had two things I wanted to, because another kind of thing to think of, like in broad terms when you're talking about cruising and Yacht Club, is you build up your status points pretty darn quick. So that's another right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a mega boost.
It's a mega boost. And our Yacht Club boosted us up to gold, which was kind of really cool this last time because
we were cardboard.
We were cardboard before, but now we're gold status, and we got to use what you saw the last time. But anyway, if you are a frequent Yacht Club, you are pretty much going to be diamond.
I was excited to go from cellophane to cardboard. And then going from cardboard to gold blew my mind.
It did. I know.
Like, that's such a jump.
Could you imagine?
I mean, we skipped cement. We skipped hardwood floors. We skipped spray and bed liner level.
Okay. We're gonna have to pause. We're gonna have to pause that joke because it's gonna go for a long time.
We skipped all those levels, went straight to gold. It's amazing.
But you do build points really quick, and then when you are black, is it black? Diamond? You make so many jokes, I don't even remember what it is.
Just call it what it is. It's super fun time, super platinum,
fun
double
time.
black.
Okay,
double black.
Right, what Chris said.
Platinum. Titanium.
You get some really cool perks, which make kind of spending some time out in the regular cruise or the regular part of the ship good too, because
why would you do that if you're in the Yacht Club?
Oh, stop it. You get like one thing when you're diamond is you get a chef table experience, and so we did that kind of just on our own, not because we're black, but we did that at the Butcher's Cut. We'll have a video showing about that, which was really fun to do. But I just want to give a shout out. We met a really great guy. His name was Fred Fulson. So hi, Fred.
Yes,
thank you
Fred.
so much for saying
yes.
hi. But he was the same. Like, he was saying that he is a multi-yacht club. How do you say that? Multi-yacht club dweller? That's not right.
Sure.
A yacht club dweller.
He's a yacht club dweller.
And so he can kind of come out and he can experience, and that meal is free. It comes with that's a perk. So it's a really cool kind of way to get a little bit of extra things. So,
right. Because how much did that experience cost us?
It was $200 plus the 18%. So 200, and you can do the math. Whatever that is.
I like giving everybody at home
give you homework. You can figure out how much we spent. We spent $99 per person.
We'll wait. Go get your pencil and ruled paper.
Exactly.
Carry the 3.
So that's another kind of when you're thinking about just like not like the basic yacht club experience. These are a little bit some of the kind of fringe benefits that you get, which are really fun. That chef table experience was really fun to do. I found another quote I want to do. Ready? Okay. I don't have this, but this we see.
You don't have this?
Sorry, I didn't complete my thought. I don't have this, so you can put it up on the screen. I just have it on my phone.
Okay. Let me do this real quick while you're reading this.
Okay. What are you gonna do?
What is that?
Woohoo!
What is that? Everybody who's just listening, oh my goodness, go over and watch. You will see Steampunk Humpty Dumpty doing a dance on the screen.
He is an
now.
Animated Steampunk Humpty Dumpty.
Oh my goodness, I cannot believe it.
Okay, so this is something we have got several times, so I wanted to bring it up. This was a Reddit post. I'm just going to read you part of it. It says, basically the 2 major themes of negative reviews are the food is anywhere from horrible to average. And the other one I hear is basically if you're not in the yacht club, you're treated as a second class passenger. Well, I could afford the yacht club if I wanted. I don't feel like I should have to pay that much extra to not get treated as second class. Multiple comments exactly like this.
Can I just say,
yes.
Here's my thought on that real quick, and then I'll let you get into it. I don't even understand why you care what somebody else is experiencing on the ship. You're on the ship for you to have your vacation.
Yeah.
What do you care?
Right.
That somebody might be in a suite, or they might be in an interior room.
Right.
Or they might be in the pool. Are you jealous of the people that are in the pool because you have to go have you have to stay hydrated, so you're getting water at the moment, and you're like, this is not fair. There's people in the pool. I don't understand that at all.
I know.
Why would I care what somebody? Good for them if they are.
Exactly.
Good for the people that are over staying in the underwater hotel over in the Philippines or something. Why does that affect me?
It doesn't
affect me.
It doesn't.
It is so weird to have like this. I understand that FOMO is real for this generation.
Yeah.
But I don't subscribe to it.
No.
I don't care.
No.
I'm living my life.
Exactly.
I want to have the experience I want to have on the cruise.
Fortunately,
and
everyone.
whatever anybody else wants to experience, good for them.
Not everyone feels like you.
I'm kidding.
It's amazing, actually. And so this is kind of the flip side, right?
Yeah.
Of, I know sometimes people feel like, oh, if I'm in yacht club, or is it going to be like awkward? Are people going to look at me like, oh, and I don't understand. There is no way when you are, okay, let's just, for example, we were on the seashore, right? We were not in yacht club. When you're walking around having a fun time on the ship, you can't tell what anybody else is. You don't know exactly what you were just saying. You don't know what the room is, you don't know. This is a very uneducated comment. This is someone who's not been on the cruise who says something like this. Because there were some people that were in the yacht club that had come out to the regular part of the ship and kind of had said hi to us, and you don't know that they're in yacht club. I mean, yes, they have a little wristband on, but they're not flaunting it. They're just like everybody else. How can you tell the difference?
I remember my shirt that said, "I'm in the yacht club. Treat me with respect."
You did not have that. You did not have that.
A big hat that had the LED that went around it. It said, "I'm in the yacht club."
I need a space around me. Leave a space.
I don't know what you're doing, but I'm in the yacht club.
But someone responded to this comment and just says, I love hearing stories like this. It keeps most of the people away and keeps the prices lower, keeps the yacht club for us. So I just thought that was kind of funny. Like, do you understand that?
It doesn't.
There's no class system. You can't, if everyone's walking around and having fun, you can't tell one person apart from the other. So
why would you even care?
I know, I don't.
But you're right. I mean, if you cared, you can't tell unless you're like, oh, look at their wrist.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Their food is so much better than ours.
Yeah.
And I am mad about that.
Yeah, someone commented and said that I don't like MSC because there's all these different classes of people on the ship. No, there's not.
You kind of did your little head back and forth on that one.
No, there's not. No, you can't tell. Everyone is there having a fun time and enjoying it. And if you're in the yacht club, you're having.
Can I suggest?
Yes.
To these people, that they also, when they get on the ship, if they're going second class and they're worried about what the other people are doing,
they're in steerage.
Yeah, exactly. If they're going second class.
Oh God, what?
They're saving so much money, they can book their therapist on board too.
Oh.
And they can just go to therapy while
exciting.
they're on board. So they can get rid of this weird obsession with what other people are experiencing on board. And are they experiencing something better than what I'm experiencing?
That's so crazy.
And it blows, it really does. I don't understand that thinking at all. I just don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So two things I want to mention now. One, what is something that stands out to you guys? I know a lot of you are traveling yacht club. What is something that hits it? What makes it worth it for you? Because I know so many people say, once I've done yacht club, I love it and that's what I want to keep doing. What is it that makes it worth it for you? Yeah. I'm curious. Yeah, so, I mean, I know we've heard a lot from you, but I'd love to hear that opinion from you guys.
Especially like the people that like experience it for like the first time.
Oh, that's so exciting to see, isn't it?
I know.
We
like
had some
there were
people,
a few people on board this one.
They're like so excited. We're like, we're so excited for you.
What was the part? Was there a part that just stood out and you were like, I love this and I want to experience it again?
I'll tell you mine. Can I tell you mine like super quick? Because I know we're running late.
Yes.
Mine was when we got up to the sunglass cleaning stand.
Yes.
And it just like was like, wow, they care about everything. They care about my sunglasses and that I'm on this ship and I'm on this deck and I have clean sunglasses and they're going to come to my table and they're going to check on me every day to make sure like that level of detail like blew my mind.
And just real quick before we sign off here, it has to do with that. One time nobody was standing there and I just grabbed the cloth and the thing and somebody came running over.
I know.
And it was like, no, I'm clean it for you. I clean it for you. And I'm like, no, it's all right. I got it. And they're like, no. I want to clean that for you.
I know.
And they genuinely want to clean it for you.
Right. The last thing I want to say is just a reminder that we have our group cruise booked on the World America. It's going to be in October 2025. And we have a number of you guys in the Yacht Club, which that's going to be the biggest and the best yacht club, which we're really excited about. And we do have extra rooms held. So we still
the Yacht
have
Club.
some
So,
extra Yacht Club rooms. So if you're interested in trying that and going on a fun cruise, it's going to be a really great time. And it's called Triple T Takes Over the World. Triple T Takes Over the World, America. So it's going to be a good time. I know we have a lot of you guys that are very loyal listeners that are already booked. We're really excited to spend some time with you. Yep. But we'd love some more of you to come. So we have the information in the bottom of this flyer. And if you have any questions, please let us know. But we are still booking that. So that's what I had on Is the Yacht Club Worth It? So I hope we kind of gave you just a little bit of little extra little things around to think about. So
did we say whether the Yacht Club was worth it or not?
Oh, I'm sorry. Chris, is the Yacht Club worth it?
Yes.
Okay. You asked me.
Beth, is the Yacht Club worth it?
Yes. Okay.
Right,
there we go. We're done. That's really all we needed to do.
Exactly. Could have boiled this down to a 5-second podcast.
Thank you and good night. But anyway, thanks so much for listening. Thank you guys so much for your support, and leave your comment. Let us know.
Bye, everybody.
We'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.